Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with, yes, your girl Germaine. Feeling a lot better. Last week was a little rough. Um my voice was getting over a cold, whatever this bug is that's going around. But yes, I'm back. I'm back. And today, I'm going to continue in the vein of my whole thankful series. We're in the holiday times and just really wanting to always be reminded to be thankful. So, today's brew, if you're chiming in, just let me know what you're drinking. I'm brewing my cappuccino. I'm doing cappuccino today. Yes, I am. But let me know what you're drinking. But let me get into just to give you an idea what we're going to be talking about today. So, today's brew is thanking God for closed doors. Yes, thanking God for closed doors. So, if you are joining me today for coffee or whatever you're drinking, let me know what you're drinking. And also let me know if you're chiming into the conversation. Just let me know what part of the country you're in or if you're out of the country. But just let me know. I like to know where people are chiming in from. So, this weekend, before I get into my message while my cappuccino is brewing, this weekend, I did take a quick trip to Houston. My girlfriend lost her father, so went down to support her. Me and another girlfriend went down to support her for her father's homegoing. And such a beautiful weekend. It was absolutely beautiful weather, and the service was so beautiful. And I met some really great people in Houston. And so, you know, some people that will probably be a part of the show, or they may even be willing to share their story as an author with HOV Publishing. So we'll see. But it was a real quick, short trip, but really thankful to be able to go. And I don't know, something about Houston. A lot of people are moving there. So, but let's get into this conversation. Good morning, Jesse Moss, 92775. My sister's joining us. So if you are chiming in, let me know where you're joining from, joining in on a conversation. And I like to know, as the platform is building, and thank you so much for your support. As the platform is growing and building, I like to see where, the community is expanding to. So let me know what part of the United States you may be in, or like I said, even if you're out of the country, let me know what country you're joining in from. Okay. All right, guys, but let's get into this message today. So remember, today's brew is thanking God for closed doors. And I want to just say this: how no's, redirections, and detours protect your purpose. So, you know how we do. We take a pause so we can pour into purpose, and we'll get further into that segment, pour into purpose segment in a few moments. But let me just kind of give an overview on just, people are beginning to understand that not every opportunity is meant to be pursued. Not every relationship is meant to continue. And not every open door leads to destiny. So, in a season where many are reflecting on disappointments, delays, and unexpected shifts, God is revealing that closed doors are not punishments, they are protection. It could be redirection and preparation. So, every so often you do come to an end of a season. Everybody can't go with you. Be mindful. A lot of times we try to drag people with us, but everybody's not purposed to go with us. So keep that in mind. Hold on, let me get my coffee. Let me get my. Okay. Got it. Now I just have to put my little sugar stick in. Yes. So bear with me. Here we go. As I get my little sugar stick for my cappuccino. It probably really doesn't need more sugar in it, but I don't know. I just like adding it. All right. So, but let's get into this, okay? Um, let's get into our segment, Pour into Purpose. I am working on time because I don't want to hold you long. I know people are busy and people are taking a few moments to stop by and join in the conversation. And I thoroughly enjoy when you add to the conversation with your questions or with your feedback, insight, updates. So let's get into the Pour into Purpose segment. And hold on one second. Let's talk about this. Okay. All right, guys. So, pour into purpose. This is a segment where we like to break things down in a little more detail based on our topic. So, closed doors are divine protection. All right. So, let's kind of dig a little deeper into that. God sees what you can't, including the pitfalls, the pain, or harm behind certain opportunities. So, a lot of times, we are led by the desires of our heart. We see what we want, we know what we want, and we just go in and we don't see the caution, we don't see the red flags sometimes, but we just dive right in, right? So, God sees it all. He sees what we're about to step into, whether we should step into it or not. He tries to warn us, but sometimes that desire, that urge to have that thing is greater than hearing that silent voice telling you, whoa, stop. This is not for you. Don't do it. And so we step into it. And now we got to call on God to get us out of it, right? Trying to get out of the mess we don't put ourselves into when He's tried to tell us, hold on, not yet, not this one, not for you. So let's keep going in a little more. Every no shields you from something that could have derailed your purpose. Every no shields you from something that could have derailed your purpose. All right, let me take a little sip. Hold on. That is so good, but it is super hot. All right. Closed doors often prevent you from settling for less than God's best. So think about yourself, right? Think about yourself. Think about you wanting to, for you feel there's a sense of urgency, got to get this done, got to do this. But somewhere there's still that silent stillness that's telling you, not yet. Don't do it. Don't go. But sometimes we're so busy moving about, doing that we don't even acknowledge sometimes those things that are coming at us to prevent us from trying to open doors that should remain closed. And we open them anyway. And then we find that we have put ourselves in a place that's going to take us a lot longer to get through it than expected, or a door that you're praying like, why did I even step into this? And now I don't know how to get out of it. So sometimes it's about slowing down. It's about taking a moment, taking a pause to make sure that you're going in the right direction and not getting ahead of yourself because you're so eager, or that desire is so great and you gotta have it. But sometimes it's good to take that pause. Let me just make sure, give it about 3 days or so and say, okay, let me make this decision to move forward, right? I don't know whatever it's going to take for you, but sometimes, yeah, we might need to slow up because we make these decisions like rapid fire decisions. And it's like, that was a door that I really didn't need to go in. That door should have stayed closed. All right, let me continue to pour into purpose. So redirection is part of alignment. Redirection. Good morning, Teresa Merritt Watson over on Instagram. Thank you for chiming in. Let us know. One thing that I want to do is I want to see where people are chiming in from. What state are you chiming in from? Or what part of the country or another country you're chiming in from, right? So just let me know where you're chiming into the conversation from. All right, so let's talk about redirection is part of alignment. And whatever you're drinking, if you already had your morning coffee or if you decided that, hey, I'm gonna pick up a water, I'm gonna pick up something, just let me know. What are you drinking as you're stopping by for coffee today? All right, or for a quick break in conversation. Hold on, I'm drinking cappuccino, hazelnut. It's so good, but it's so hot. All right, I'm waiting. I'm going to be sharing some things, that we have launched that I'm going to be sharing shortly. But let me finish with this pouring the purpose. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, redirection is part of alignment. When one path ends, it's often because God is guiding you towards a better one. Are you that person that, it could be a natural response, a door closed that we have really familiarized ourselves with, got so comfortable in this place, but when that door closes, we're fighting, trying to keep it open, not realizing maybe it was time for that door to close so we can actually make room for the next door that's going to open? Or do we not think like that? Because sometimes we can get real comfortable, real complacent in that space, real comfortable. And it's like, we know this door probably needs to close, but you know what? We're going to keep it open as long as we can because we don't like change. But when God closes a door, trust Him to keep it closed. Okay? Because we don't know what He's preparing to open up for us next. All right. So let's pour a little more. Delays and detours stretch your faith and sharpen your discernment. Stretch your faith, sharpen your discernment. We could probably all use that. When we're just thinking of what we think is best, sometimes may not be the best discernment in that moment. So, keep that in mind. Delays and detours stretch our faith and sharpen our discernment. Keep that in mind, okay? All right. So, what feels like a setback? Hold on, I'm also turning my ringer off because I always forget to do this when we start. Let me just put it on a timer. But what feels like a detour, what feels like a setback, sorry about that. What feels like a setback is often a setup for divine alignment. Yes. Yes. So, what feels like a setback, yeah, we might all be guilty of it. When you look and it's like, dag, I should probably be a lot further. Why do I feel like I'm not moving forward? Or why is it taking so long? And, but what feels like a setback, okay, what feels like a setback is often a set up for divine alignment. I'm sorry, guys. I took me out of the screen, so it's a little okay. All right, so let's keep pouring, guys. Let's keep pouring. We're almost there. We're almost at the end, okay? So rejection is a repositioning. How many people, raise your hand, I can't see, but raise your hand, or just say to yourself, how many people deal with rejection or have struggles with dealing with rejection because it's been something that's been a part of your life, and it's been woven into your everyday. And so the way you respond to rejection, it shows up probably in a lot of what you do. So let's talk about this. Rejection is repositioning. If you think back, you know what? When I think back, sometimes, I'm glad I was rejected in that moment because, oh my gosh, if I had stepped into that, it would have altered and changed a lot of things. Think about that. So, rejection is a repositioning. I want you to start looking at this differently, start thinking differently about rejection, right? When something or someone exit your life, space is created for what truly belongs. You still holding on to that someone that you already know, like, why do I put up with this? Why am I stressing myself out over this? Why am I holding on to this where I know they should have been gone a long time ago? But I kept holding on and I kept holding on because we don't like change. We don't want to be alone. We don't want whatever the reason is. So, this message today is really you tapping into oneself, going on an inward journey in within you. And you know what? With us coming at the end of the year, there's so much to really reflect on and look back on. Yes, Jesse, old people that we want to just pack them up and carry them into the next phase, the next stage of our life, and they have no place in it. But we force it to be. We still want them to be there, but they have no place. So, and you make it harder for yourself. Yes, you make it harder on yourself. And so, listen, I hope something today is resonating. We're coming to a close of a season, a year, stepping into something new, unknown. And so everything and everybody may not be able to take this ride with you in the next step, the next chapter, right? So when something or someone exits your life, space is created for what truly belongs. Make room for your increase, which means you have to declutter. You have to declutter. You have to get rid of some things. You have to clean out some things, okay? Some things, some people, whatever it may be. So every rejection carries redirection wrapped inside of it. Every rejection carries redirection wrapped inside of it. So remember, I said, I want you to start looking at rejection differently. It's painful sometimes. It hurts. Nobody wants to be rejected or feel left out and stuff. But I want you to start looking at it differently. Every rejection carries redirection, which means there's a shift somewhere. Okay? That's wrapped inside of it. Hold on to that. All right. A closed door doesn't diminish your worth, it clarifies your path. We got to start paying attention. We have to start paying attention to what is happening. Sometimes it's canceling out old programming. These things happening, closed doors, rejection and stuff. Maybe we need to cancel out old programming so we can be reprogrammed. Think about it. Think about it. Maybe we need to be reset, reboot, recalibrated. New direction, new clarity. Think about it. I just want you to think about it. So, all right. So let's get into this segment that we all can take part in, the reflection questions. The reflection questions. So, I used to give about 2. So now I'm pretty much giving 2 to 3 reflection questions that we all can take part in. And when I say we all can take part in that, I leave these questions for you to really think on, to think about them, to let them kind of brew. They may be watered, and then your answer may come to you. So these questions may not be answered all at once. It may not be answered all today. We don't know. But let me give you the first one. Which closed door in your life are you still grieving, but haven't considered as protection? Let me read that again. Which closed door in your life are you still grieving, but haven't considered as protection? Now, any of these questions that I give you, you can always go back into the recording. The live will be available on our YouTube platform, our Facebook platform. It might still be on the LinkedIn, but you can always go back to, just go over to Morning Brew with Germaine on YouTube and see the whole entire vault right there in front of you, right? And so you can always go back and get these questions if you missed them. Okay, question number 2. How have past redirections actually positioned me or you for something greater? I'm going to read that again. Hold on. Okay. How have past redirections actually positioned you or me for something greater? All right. And last question, question number 3, reflection question. Where is God nudging you to release something you've been clinging to? Yeah, I can think of a few things right now. And I just decided I am in the season of, consistency, showing up, being consistent, building community. And, a season of, yes, not to everything, to the things that are purposed in this divine timing, right? Because we can overwhelm ourselves trying to say yes to everything. So, those are the 3 reflection questions that I want to leave with you. And before we go into our final sip, yes, I am a little excited because I want to share with you Morning Brew with Germaine store is officially open. Yes, the store is officially open. You can go to morningbrew.com with Germaine. And this is the classic collection. I'm going to pull it up into the screen so I can show you. Well, let me do a quick little. This is just a quick snapshot of just an ad that I'm going to be sending out. But what I want to do, I want to actually bring up the collection that I'm so excited about. I want to bring it up on the screen right now so I can share. Yes, get your coffee. I'm waiting for my coffee mugs to come in. So, yes, I can have my signature coffee mug, Morning Brew with Germaine coffee mug. Yes, so get your coffee mug. Okay. And also, we have, as you can see, some different coffee mugs. We have these cups, the thermo insulated cups that will keep stuff freezing cold, and that's 40 ounces. Big cups. We also have some candles. So this is our signature line of just a few things. And with it being holiday time, there's a few ornaments for Morning Brew. So there are more things to come. So a little tote bag if you're carrying the journals. Yes, we have journals that are available. And if you have an iPhone, yes, you can get your signature iPhone case. And so, but like I said, this is the first collection that we rolled out before the holidays. There will be more from apparel to some, even our journal books, because everybody, we want you to get ready for January 1st when we are rolling out our official Morning Brew Book Club powered by HOV Publishing. And so by the end of this week, if you are an author and you are interested in having your book as one of the feature books, there's so many benefits to being a feature book because this book club, it is a book club that everyone globally can join into. And the beauty about it, the author is going to be a part of the conversation. So as we go through their books and as we have questions Listen, we can definitely talk amongst ourselves, get our insight, our feedback, and all that. But the great thing is, we'll be able to get clear direction, instructions, feedback directly from the author themselves on why they decided, they wanted to go this route in this story or whatever it may be. But yes, we're going to bring them in to join in on the conversation. So I am super excited. And then if you just want to join up and be a participant, then it is going to be open to you. So by the end of this week, Friday, before maybe, hopefully, but by the end of this week, you will be able to go on morningbrew.com and you will be able to register if you're a participant, or you can sign up if you want your book to be featured. And guess what? You do not have to be an HOV publishing author. It is for any authors that really want to, share on this platform and expose your book to a larger audience. So I'm looking forward to that. I definitely want you to join in with me in our book club that's coming. Love to get your feedback, your insight on the different books, the different stories. So, hey, but in the meantime, holiday time is coming up. I want you to just chime in. Go in right now. Let me put up on the screen real quick where you can go right to morningbrewwithgermaine.com and you can order your mug. And then we can definitely do coffee together in our signature mugs. So make sure you stop by and get your mug, get your candle, get your holiday ornaments, So yes, I'm excited. Get your tote bag because listen, the journals are coming. I have a journal that's coming right now. Stay tuned. It will be available this week. But there's a journal that's going to take Morning Brew and it's going to take a lot of our questions that you have it in one central location in this journal to be able to filter through some things, deal with some reflection questions, things that really hit the heart, things that really help you to dive into purpose. So I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. Stay tuned because it's coming. Yeah, so much. I'm loving. I'm so glad I decided to say yes. Hold on. I'm so glad I decided to say yes to standing in front of this camera 5 days a week. It was a struggle. And if you know the story, you know it has been a struggle. It has truly been a struggle. Yes, need me one. Please make sure you go to Morning Brew with Germaine.com and get something from the new store. Hey, be the first. I may have a special gift for you. If you are one of the first, I'm going to say, the first 5 to 10 people. Let's say that. First 5 to 10 people. Let's keep it 5. 5 people that place your order, then you know what? I'm going to make sure you get a journal on me. Yep, a journal on me. So, all right, I'm gonna leave that with you. So, as we get ready to go into our final sip, and remember, if you are someone and you want to support Morning Brew with Germaine and all the activities and be a part of this community, letting your story be heard, then yes, I want you to hold on. I want you to be, hold on, it's a lot going on over here. You're able to support us by as little as $1 a day. I keep saying $1 a day, but it doesn't have to be a day. It could just be $1. Go to Morning Brew with Germaine. Buy me a coffee. Buymeacoffee.com. Morning Brew with Germaine is our platform where you can take part. You can actually support us for as little as $1. Also, if you want to become part of our membership structure and platform, you can do that there as well. So, and then I can't forget because I do tend to forget sometimes. Over on Facebook now has, listen, with all the Morning Brew segments that we have posted over there, they now make it available that you can just send me some stars if you like. It's up to you. But yeah, it's available. All right. So guys, let's get into as we bring this to a close, because like I said, I am trying to work on my time. But let's bring the final sip. The final sip. I always like to leave you with some encouragement, inspiration as you go out on your journey today. So let's talk about the final sip. Closed doors don't mean God has forgotten about you. Absolutely not. They mean he's guiding you. Sometimes, guys, we got to shift how we see things and how we are thinking, right? Mindset. We got to shift that mindset sometimes. So just because God is closing a door over here does not mean he's forgotten about you. Nope. He's guiding you. Close this door so I can have you pivot and go another direction. Think about it. So the no you feared may be the very thing that saved you. We don't think about that. We don't think about that at all. The plan that didn't work may be the reason your purpose will. So every shut door is a sign you are being rerouted, not rejected. So you know how we do. Hey, let me get this up. We sip slow. Today, I want to leave you with these 3 call to action. Release one closed door emotionally and mentally, and thank God for the protection behind it. That's number 1. Number 2, write down a past no that became a blessing in disguise. Write down a past no that became a blessing in disguise. And number 3, speak this affirmation aloud. God's redirection is still God's provision. Let me say that again. And if you're listening, you know what? Just repeat after me. Speak this affirmation aloud. God's redirection is still God's provision. Because when you trust the closed doors, you walk boldly through the right ones. And I'm going to leave that with you. So thank you all for chiming in today. We'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday, with another morning brew with, yes, your girl Germaine. Looking forward to having you chime in the conversation. Thank you so much for sharing today. And yes, make sure you go over, stop by Morning Brew with Germaine.com and get your mug, listen, whatever it is that fits you. Hey, just pick something up. All right. And remember, the first five sales that come in, yes, you will get a journal on me. Yep. So stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Thank you for everything. And I will see you tomorrow. Stop by for coffee and conversation or whatever you're drinking. Talk to you soon. Bye.